Hi, I'm Greg. I'm Derek.
And I'm Steve.
And welcome to Men of the Den. And this is Monday, late.
Woo!
Hi, Steve.
Hi, Derek.
So we're posting quite late on a Monday.
Why is that?
Because we had a busy day yesterday, and by the time we got home, we were not in the mood to make a video.
That's true.
Yeah.
Also, Greg is not here, so he's been replaced with his surrogate, Bear Dog.
Greg is currently sending us dancing videos from his job because it's slow at work right now.
So we were thinking 2023 just ended, and we give our top picks for the top games of 2023.
Yes, so first one is the obvious, the one that most hyped game of the year, Tears of the Kingdom.
Whoa! Was it most hyped game of the year?
I think the hype leading up to it, back at the beginning of the year, was definitely the case. Do not. I see him eyeing the camera on top of the selfie stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a danger to us all.
Yeah. So, so that was a fun game. I was not expecting to have that much of a whole engineering aspect of it.
You beat it, right?
I did end up finishing it. And out of the Zelda games, I'd say that was probably the funnest Ganon fight.
I think it was better than, what was the one before it?
Breath of the Wild?
Breath of the Wild, or was Breath of the Wild better?
I would actually say Breath of the Wild was better overall.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty much like a basics open world. I found adding the whole engineering aspect and 2 extra maps made it too daunting. It was just too big of a world to explore.
Greg is nodding his head in agreement.
Yeah.
I'm actually almost done Tears of the Kingdom, but I didn't beat it because I got distracted by, I think it was by Baldur's Gate.
Yes, so Baldur's Gate was rated Game of the Year.
Woo!
Another the end of the year hyped game.
Mm-hmm.
So you as somebody who's more into Dungeons and Dragons, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I remember my coworker took a week of vacation because Baldur's Gate 3 came out and he wanted to play it that badly, so there's that. And I think I've never played the series before, but I have played my fair share of D&D, including 5th edition, which it seems to be based on. And it's a little weird because I'm used to in D&D being able to do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Within reason. But since you're in a video game, you have to stick kind of to the prescribed paths that the game lays out for you. And sometimes when you're fighting with the game engine, oh my god, there's some parts on the PS5 edition of Baldur's Gate 3 that are not done properly. And you have to break out cursor mode in order to solve puzzles and stuff.
Yeah, I had to do that for when I got that fight that was in the Act 2 inside of the realm, where I ended up cheesing it. Mm-hmm. Pretty much had to move it into cursor mode at that point to cheese the fight so I could get it done and over with.
Wow.
Yeah. So if there's a chance that you can push a boss off of a ledge in that, take that advantage. Except for you can't get the good items from them though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But overall, I'd say it's really, really fun. It has an amazing ability to steal time from you. You'll sit down to play Baldur's Gate, and then you look at the clock and 3 hours have passed.
Oh, yeah. And I'm feeling that with Starfield now, but we'll go into Starfield in a little bit. But myself, as somebody who's never played D&D before, never played Baldur's Gate, I didn't think I would get into the turn-based aspect of it, but the chaos of the game itself drew me in. It made me learn the mechanics just so I could experience a lot of the chaos the game does give you.
We still have to run the Wendy's D&D campaign.
We do need to run the Wendy's D&D campaign and Kylie Rae Jepsen's Boy Problems, the D&D campaign.
Well, one step at a time.
One step at a time. So Wendy's first, where I could be a Baconator, and then then we can raid Kylie Rae Jepsen's vault of infinite songs.
One of the games that I did play through to the very end was Final Fantasy 16.
Holy shit, that game was good.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was just thinking back on the story is it's not great. The logical consistency is not 100% there. But my God, it's just fun. Like, there's no other way to play it. Like, I'm sitting there and I'm just grinning like an idiot because I'm having so much fun doing whatever crazy boss fight they have.
Yeah, and it kind of like appeased my itch that I've gained from Elden Ring and Monster Hunter with like the Mark hunts, and it's just like, okay, I'll take on these giant dragons. Fuck, this is fun.
You pretty much 100% of that game, didn't you?
I almost did. So I started the Final Fantasy mode, but it was just too hard, and then Baldur's Gate happened.
Yeah.
So Baldur's Gate pretty much took over our lives.
For a while, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, another one I really got into that was really hyped was Sea of Stars. So did you check out anything about that one?
No, I don't know Sea of Stars as well.
So it's very much a retro RPG that harks back to the Chrono Trigger era. So the graphics itself, the gameplay itself, the music, everything about it is is a love letter to Chrono Trigger.
Cool.
The gameplay is really difficult because a lot of it is very much a rock paper scissors kind of thing. So like you see these enemies have these combo of attacks, so you see it coming, but you have a certain combo you have to hit in order to make it stop.
So like counter moves.
Yeah, and it kind of gets really difficult when you realize you brought a wrong person in, but there's a lot of twists and turns. I haven't finished it yet, but that is going to be something I work on once I get bored of Starfield, which is what I'm going to talk about now.
Yeah, it's the last game on our list of games for 2023.
Yeah, so Starfield got a lot of mixed reviews. Some saying it's a masterpiece, some saying it's just boring. It is Skyrim, it's in space, so pretty much Skyrim meets No Man's Sky. There's a huge proponent that is just walking around on a desolate planet collecting minerals and finding different sources of resources and flora and fauna. But then all of a sudden you'll end up on a planet and discover it still has dinosaurs that are trying to kill you.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's pretty fun. Like I went down on one, it looked like there was 2 T-Rexes off to the side. Like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
You just started that one though, right?
Yeah, but it's been a lot of fun. Like there's this whole like supernatural element to it. The whole space exploration thing is actually really fun and calming and very much like Baldur's Gate. Next thing I know, 4 or 5 hours have passed. I'm like, oh, I've just been walking. And the story itself is actually pretty gripping, and like it's just like it's you trying to collect these items and discover your own powers that just you have, just like the Dragonborn in Skyrim. But there's also the different like collectives that you can become a part of, and then they have their own stories. So it's a lot of game.
Nice.
And I was complaining about the other one for having 3 different maps, but this is like tons of different galaxies, all with different planets on it and moons that you can land on and explore. Yeah. So yeah, that's been our gaming for 2023.
What was your all-time favorite of 2023 games?
I had to say Baldur's Gate and Tears of the Kingdom.
I gotta say Final Fantasy 16 because it's the only one I finished.
You started Armored Core.
Oh yeah, I'm like in the first like 2 levels of Armored Core 6.
Yeah.
I never thought that FromSoft would ever do another Armored Core game because I feel like Demon Souls, Dark Souls are way popular than Armored Core ever was.
Yeah.
But they surprised me.
Yeah.
And released Armored Core 6, and so far it's very true to form. But I guess I haven't really gotten started.
Anything you're looking forward to this year?
I was going to say Persona 3 Reload.
That's out in a couple weeks.
Which is out in a couple weeks.
Next week, I think. February 2nd.
February 2nd?
So next week.
Is the end of next week.
End of next week.
Well, that's kind of cool. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth at the end of February.
Oh, yeah. How are they following up after the first Final Fantasy VII remake game?
I don't know, but it looks like it's going at least as far as Nibelheim. That's as far as I can tell is happening in the trailers. It looks amazing. I can't wait.
Wow.
I didn't see Sid in there at all, but I saw that Chocobo breeding is going to be a part of it.
I thought they would never continue on past the original remake.
I know. We were talking to Colin, and he was just like, it's going to take years. And it's like, here it is, like 2 or 3 years later, and it's done.
There you go.
And it's going to be out next week. And the Elden Ring DLC is out this year, so at some point.
Oh my goodness.
And it's apparently a whole other game.
It's RPG Lover Mania.
Yeah! That's pretty much what I'm looking forward to this year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, if Greg was here, he would say something.
I imagine it would be arf arf.
Arf arf.
Yeah.
He would say, As always, like, share, subscribe, and have a great week, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.